Welcome to Mount Washington. My name's Ethan, and this is Brick by Brick. We have 50 people registered. We probably had 70 to 75 people here throughout the day. And everybody was here to work and participate. I mean, like as a community, it was just awesome to see that many people work together. The space is empty. The drop ceilings, we tried to clean those up, the wires, so nobody had any like tripping hazards or anything that's gonna hit them in the head. But even like this room, like you never used to be able to even open this door. And you know, now it's wide open. And here's the crazy thing, we didn't even notice. If you look at this door, it's like a butcher block. And there's a few of these in the building. It's like totally surprising. We did not expect that at all.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I mean, you remember coming through here, like you couldn't even walk. Mm-hmm. There was so many down wires, so many ceiling tiles. A group of guys didn't want to go to any other floor, so they were like, hey, we'll do the ground floor and we'll sweep it up. And I mean, it's got some more debris on it now than what it did, but I mean, you could have ate off this floor day of. It was unbelievable. Huh. We have started to shore up the windows again. We met with some of the police officers in the neighborhood, and they were actually here the day of, lending a hand too, and just kind of like communicating with us. Their presence is going to be absolutely felt here now that they know that the community is rallying around this building, and the owners are actually, you know, wanting to save this and wanting to care. I think that's super cool. Like,
yeah.
We're going to finally have this place truly secured. People don't have time to screw up. Hey, actually, I don't even think I mentioned this in the last video. But this space was the X-ray room. So if you look like pan to the left, or you're right there actually, you can see like this, obviously, the space that the tech would have stood by. And here's the coolest part, you can look right here. They've got the unexposed and exposed cabinets for the film, which would have been developed on the other side of this wall. So, I mean, it's just like all the history that I learned about at the Historical Society and with like the museum for Chippewa Valley, you know, all the things that referenced about like X-ray room and the surgical rooms. I mean, this place had to work as a hospital for so many people for so long. It was just kind of weird to now start piecing the rooms together and like their intended use and what they were actually designed for. It's definitely better. I mean, definitely better.
What was this room, Ethan?
Yeah, so this was one of the activity rooms. And then towards the end, I think some nurses actually used it as an office space too. Brad, the association president, said this is the room that like Boy Scouts used to be and whatnot, like of the Shawtown Boy Scouts group. I mean, this building has been like the place to be for the longest time because it was the only place to be in Shawtown. There just wasn't a lot of businesses or a lot of open spaces. And our goal is to kind of turn that back, revert to those things. So if you listen faintly, you can hear the dumpster guy is actually dropping another dumpster. Obviously, we still have like a fair amount of debris, right? But we're aware. I mean, we just ran out of space. So I'd rather have that than have stuff in here to get enough people. So it's been very humbling to see this much activity. And then these rooms kind of got cleaned out, but not really. I mean, probably the craziest development is that we found out what this space was. So we talked to a local gentleman who owns a mortuary, and he let us know that like this is where they used to store anybody that had passed away, so that way they could come with the hearse and pick them up and then they'd take them out the back door. Literally had no idea. I mean, we always were told this was the activity room, this is the activity room. And then when we talked to them, they were like, well, yeah, like, why do you think the tile goes so far up? And like, why do you think the room we were just in, which the rainbow room, why do you think the tile went so far up? Like, that's where surgeries used to be. That's where autopsies used to be. Like, this was the space. And it's kind of funny that everybody always wants to say like, oh, the building's so haunted. And yet the place that would actually see the most stuff turned into an activity room where people just hung out. So, kind of wild. Thanks for joining us again here for another episode of Brick by Brick. I'm Ethan Henderson. We'll see you next time.